Hey there, and welcome back to Easy English Listening. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jeff. You're listening to the podcast that helps you understand and speak real English by tuning into our relaxed, natural conversations.
That's right. And today we've got something super fun and really useful. We're going to teach you 20 common phrases that native speakers use all the time. But instead of just listing them, we're weaving them into a real conversation.
Exactly. If you're tired of boring grammar drills and awkward textbook dialogues, you're in the right place. This is how people actually speak, casually, warmly, and with lots of little expressions that make English sound natural.
And let's not forget, these are the phrases that will help you fit in when talking with native speakers. They'll make your English sound more authentic and less textbooky.
Absolutely. These are the kinds of expressions you won't necessarily find in language courses, but you'll hear them constantly in everyday conversations, TV shows, and movies.
Before we dive in, a quick reminder for our listeners. Learning these phrases is about practice, not perfection. Don't be afraid to try them out, even if they feel a bit awkward at first.
That's right. Native speakers will appreciate your effort, and with time, these expressions will become second nature. It's all about gaining confidence through regular use.
So, before we jump into those phrases, Jack, how's your week been?
Oh man, exhausting. I'm totally beat.
And there's our first phrase already, I'm beat. It means you're really, really tired. Not just a little tired, completely drained.
Totally. Between work, errands, and trying to fix that leaking pipe in my kitchen, I was ready to crash by 9 p.m. every night. It was rough. I barely had energy to cook dinner, let alone relax.
Ready to crash. That's another good one. It means you're so tired you just want to fall into bed. I use that one all the time during busy weeks.
Exactly. And let alone is a useful phrase too. When you say, I barely had energy to cook dinner, let alone relax, you're emphasizing that relaxing would require even more energy than cooking.
It's like saying not to mention or much less, adding emphasis to the second part. And didn't you also mention you were moving apartments soon? That must be adding to your stress.
You're right on the money with that one. Right on the money means exactly correct, by the way. And yes, packing has been a nightmare. I've been burning the candle at both ends.
Burning the candle at both ends. Great expression. It means you're exhausting yourself by doing too much, especially by staying up late and getting up early. You really need a break.
I know, right? I've been telling myself I need to take it easy, but there's just so much on my plate right now.
So much on my plate. Another useful one. It means having many responsibilities or tasks to handle at once. I hear you. My week wasn't much better. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store, filled my cart, waited in line, got to the cashier, and realized I'd forgotten my wallet, like completely left it at home.
Oh no, that's the worst. What did you do?
I just smiled awkwardly and said, "Hold on a second. I'll be right back." Then I dashed home, grabbed my wallet, and rushed back. It was embarrassing. The cashier gave me that look. You know the one?
Oh yeah, the really because firsty looks, huh? Hold on a second. Great phrase, by the way. It means wait a moment, but in a very natural, friendly way. You can use it in so many situations. Like when someone's calling your name and you're in the middle of something.
Or even when you're on a call and someone knocks on the door. It's such a flexible phrase. Also, did you notice I used dashed home? That's a more colorful way of saying ran home quickly.
And grabbed my wallet instead of just took my wallet. These little word choices make English sound more natural, don't they?
Absolutely. Native speakers love using vivid verbs like dash, grab, and rush instead of more basic ones. It paints a clearer picture. The cashier was nice about it, though. When I came back apologizing, she just said, "Don't sweat it," which was kind.
Don't sweat it. Perfect example of a reassuring phrase that means don't worry about it or it's not a problem. Much more casual than saying, please do not concern yourself.
Exactly. These casual phrases really oil the wheels of everyday interactions. Speaking of which, what happened next in your week?
So get this. I had a very similar moment. I went to this new coffee shop downtown, super hipster vibe, and I ran into this guy I hadn't seen since university. First thing I said was, "Hey, long time no see."
Classic. That's one of those phrases that feels instantly friendly. Long time no see is what you say when you haven't seen someone in ages. I love how casual it is. Not too formal, but warm.
Yeah, we ended up chatting for like 30 minutes. Talked about work, life, travel, all that. When I tried to pay for his coffee, he just waved me off and said, "Nah, it's on me."
A generous guy. It's on me means I'm paying for this, right? It's such a kind gesture. I use that when I treat my sister or a friend at lunch.
Exactly. I felt a little guilty, but also kind of touched. So I just said, "All right, next time's on me." It's like this unspoken rule between friends, you know? Taking turns.
Totally. That's how it goes. It's about balance, and it keeps things from feeling transactional. I think kindness like that, even in small moments, makes a big difference.
Speaking of catching up with people, my former classmate mentioned he'd been through some tough times recently. Lost his job during company downsizing and had to move to a smaller apartment. When I expressed sympathy, he just shrugged and said, "It is what it is."
That's a great phrase to highlight. It is what it is expresses acceptance of a difficult situation that you can't change. It's like saying that's life or what can you do, but sounds more natural.
Exactly. It's how people acknowledge life's challenges without getting too emotional. I find myself using it at least once a week.
It's definitely one of those phrases that helps in difficult conversations. Did your friend mention what he's doing now?
Yes, he actually landed a new job that he's excited about. Said he was nervous about the interview, but then he just decided to wing it, and it worked out well.
Wing it. Another excellent phrase. It means to improvise or do something without proper preparation or planning. Sometimes that spontaneous approach actually leads to better results. Doesn't.
Absolutely, he said he was more relaxed and authentic because he wasn't overthinking his answers. And get this, the interviewer told him he really stood out from the crowd.
Stand out from the crowd. To be noticeably different or better than others. That's a great compliment to receive in a job interview.
For sure, he was over the moon about it. Over the moon meaning extremely happy or delighted, by the way.
I love that expression. It's so much more vivid than just saying very happy. English has so many colorful ways to express emotions.
It really does. But then, just as I left the coffee shop feeling good and energized, I realized something horrible. I had totally forgotten about a 3 p.m. Zoom meeting. It completely slipped my mind.
Oh no, it slipped my mind. Another great phrase. It just means you forgot, but in a way that makes it sound like it was unintentional, a little softer. I use it when I forget to respond to texts, too.
Yeah, and the worst part is I'd actually scheduled it. So I texted my coworker, "Hey, I'm running late. Can we push it by 15 minutes?"
I'm running late. That's another everyday phrase. So useful and sounds a lot more considerate than just being late with no explanation. And it happens to the best of us. I feel like I use it at least twice a week.
Thankfully, he was super cool about it and replied with, "No worries," which is just such a chill way to say, "It's okay."
No worries is definitely one of my top 5 phrases. It's friendly, relaxed, and just smooth. It puts people at ease, and it works in so many contexts. Someone bumps into you, apologizes, and you just go, no worries.
After that, we just played it by ear. We were both juggling other stuff, so we didn't stress about it too much.
Play it by ear. A gem. It means you don't make a fixed plan. You just decide what to do based on how things go, like improvising. And it's kind of freeing, isn't it?
Yup, it works for everything: sizes, meetings, travel plans, even weekend hangouts. Sometimes you need to just go with the flow. Planning everything can be exhausting.
And go with the flow is basically a cousin of play it by ear, isn't it? Both about being flexible and adaptable.
Definitely. Actually, that reminds me of something else that happened this week. I was at a restaurant with some friends and we couldn't decide what to order. Finally, I just said, "Let's cut to the chase and get the chef's special." Everyone seemed relieved.
Cut to the chase. That's such a useful expression. It means to get to the point directly without wasting time. Perfect for when discussions are going in circles.
Exactly, and everyone was on the same page once I suggested it.
On the same page. Another great one. It means everyone understands the situation in the same way or agrees about something. Communication is so much smoother when everyone's on the same page.
So true. Oh, and speaking of the restaurant, they had this amazing dessert, this chocolate cake that was just out of this world.
Out of this world, meaning extremely good or exceptional. I love how English has so many colorful ways to express that something is excellent.
Right? The cake was definitely the highlight of the meal, though I had to call it a day pretty early since I had that early meeting the next morning.
Call it a day. Perfect phrase for when you decide to stop an activity or end your day. Did your friends stay out later?
Yeah, they wanted to check out this new bar, but I knew I'd be useless the next day if I didn't get enough sleep. They gave me a hard time about it, but I stuck to my guns.
Give someone a hard time, to tease or criticize someone, and stick to your guns to maintain your position or opinion despite pressure to change. Two great expressions in one sentence.
I'm on a roll today. On a roll, meaning to be experiencing a period of success or good luck. Though I wouldn't say missing out on a night out is good luck exactly.
But getting enough sleep definitely is. Did you at least make plans to meet up with them soon?
Yeah, we're getting together this weekend. I told them I'd be fresh as a daisy by then.
Fresh as a daisy, completely refreshed and full of energy. Perfect for describing how you feel after a good night's sleep.
Speaking of the weekend, what are you up to?
There's a farmer's market I want to check out on Saturday morning. They have these amazing fresh pastries that are to die for.
To die for, meaning extremely desirable or wonderful. Food descriptions bring out some of our most enthusiastic expressions, don't they?
They really do. After that, I might drop by my sister's place. She's been under the weather lately.
Under the weather. Perfect way to say someone's feeling slightly ill. Nothing too serious, but not feeling 100%.
Exactly. She's got a bit of a cold, nothing major. It's not like she's at death's door or anything.
At death's door. What a dramatic expression. That means someone is extremely ill, possibly close to death. Definitely not something you'd use for a common cold.
Absolutely not. It's just one of those passing bugs. She'll be back on her feet in no time.
Back on her feet. Another useful recovery phrase, meaning to return to normal health or activity after an illness or setback. And in no time means very soon or quickly.
English certainly doesn't lack expressions for talking about health. What about you this weekend?
There's a BBQ at a friend's place. You and Alex should totally come. The more the merrier.
Oh, that's one of those phrases that always feels warm and inclusive. The more the merrier means bring everyone, it'll only make it better. I love when hosts say that, it just makes you feel welcome.
It's going to be chill. Burgers, music, games. I'll shoot you a text with the details.
Shoot me a text. Love that one. Super casual way to say send me a message. It makes texting sound even more effortless. And it fits the vibe of modern communication.
And that was pretty much it for today. We don't want to make the episode too long, so thanks so much for tuning in to Easy English Listening. We really hope these phrases help you feel more confident and natural when speaking English.
Don't worry about memorizing everything. Just pick a few that stood out and start using them this week.
You can say them while walking, write them in your journal, or drop them into conversations. The more you use them, the better they stick.
And remember, language learning is a journey, not a race. Just keep at it.
We'd love to hear which phrases you found most useful. You can drop a comment here on YouTube.
And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this episode, spread the word to your friends who are also learning English. Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Word of mouth. Information passed from person to person by verbal communication. We're on fire with these phrases right up to the end.
On fire. Performing exceptionally well or being extremely successful. What a perfect way to wrap up our episode.
Exactly. We hope you found these everyday expressions useful. Remember, using them in your own conversations will help you sound more natural and connect better with native speakers.
That's it from us today. I'm Emma.
I'm Jack, and this was Easy English Listening.